We are going live. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. I don't know why, but I have to log into my YouTube. It doesn't automatically do it. Alright. Alright. Let me try one more thing. Let me... do this. I have to do some editing on here. Alright, so, like, what do we have in the news today? Well, from yesterday, Mamdani wins the race for the mayor of New York. He is just the tip of the iceberg. Socialism in this country, socialism and communism are just getting started, trust me. Why? Because you have so many disenfranchised people. Like, Mamdani is the FU vote in the system. Same thing with Trump. Trump, like, I like Trump and everything, but realistically, people are upset with the system, and he was the FU candidate. He was the non-political candidate. He was the, throwing a wrench in the wheel. And that's why you got a Trump, because there's a lot of disenfranchised, upset people in the United States of America right now. Now, look at New York. It's one of the most expensive cities to live in. People that live there are getting priced out. Inflation's crazy. People can't afford to live there, and they voted in a socialist. Yes, there's a lot of fear-mongering out there right now where it's like, this guy, is bringing Islam, all this stuff. It's overdone. New York is bigger than one person. I remember a lot of Republicans when Obama got elected, like, oh, it's the end of the world. The United States is bigger than one president or, one person. Things will continue to operate and run. But I think if you look at it right now, we're at all-time high real estate, all-time high stocks. The economy is moving, right? It's not the greatest economy, but it's moving. And you're getting socialists elected. What is it going to look like when the stock market crashes 20, 30%, real estate goes down 40, 50%? What are the candidates going to look like then? Because then it's going to be these people, these companies getting a bailout, and you're going to have all these communist, socialist candidates coming around, and they're going to be like, hey, look, we tried this capitalist system. It doesn't work. Let's try socialism or communism. And you're going to have millions of unemployed people. Everyone, put all their money in their 401k or their company stock, and then they got completely wiped out. Everyone's, hey, my biggest investment's my real estate. And all the younger people that put every penny they had to buy in this overpriced real estate, then they're going to be upside down underwater 40, 50% on this real estate when it busts. Everyone's going to say, hey, like, we played by the rules, we went in the system, it didn't work, let's try the socialism thing. And that's when things are going to get dicey. And this transition, I think there's going to be a lot of unrest in the United States. Also, these SNAP benefits are just insane. You have 42 million Americans pretty much being fed by the government, and times are good right now. So that's 12 point something percent. If you do it above people 18 years above, that's like 16% of the nation is being subsidized by EBT benefits. So that could easily go 2-3x. You could have 40-50% of the U.S. being fed by the government. So also, that's going to be hard for Republicans when the Democrats are like want to expand benefits and half the country is reliant on your benefits for food. It's going to be easy for the Democrats to pick up more votes and seats and stuff like that. And then you're going to have a wave of socialism, communism. But the problem is they're going to blame capitalism. But right now we don't have capitalism. We have this like quasi system where it is capitalism for the poor and socialism for the rich. That is very true right now. Why do I say this? Look at the 2009 financial disaster. All the banks, everyone went out of business. AIG, the insurance companies, what happened? The government came, bailed them all out. And not only did they get bailed out, these guys got to keep their bonuses, everything. There was no pain. Obviously, they let a couple sacrificial lambs go under, and people lost their jobs and they got wiped out to zero, like Bear Stearns. I had a cousin that worked for Bear Stearns. And the company culture, when you work for an investment house like that, is you're allowed to buy the stock and put your money back into it at the lowest stock price of that quarter. So it's like a no-brainer, and everyone piles all their money into it. And that's what my cousin did, and he had millions in Bear Stearns stock, and it went to zero. So he pretty much got wiped out and lost his job, and then, you're in your late 40s, 50s, no one's going to hire you. He had to start from scratch, and I think he ended up going to another industry. So there will be sacrificial lambs, but yeah, they had socialism, they got bailed out, they got all this help. All the poor people, who came to help you out? No one. Like, look at Maui. All the people lost their homes, everything. They got a $500 check. Like, we sent $100 billion to Ukraine, all these other places. We don't take care of our own right now. And that's going to be the same thing. You're going to be on your own when this thing crashes, and they're going to come out, bail all the big companies out because they're going to be too big to fail. And if they were too big to fail last time, how about now? Like, they're 10x too big to fail. And what's going to be crazy in the real estate market, I'm not like a real estate expert, but you have BlackRock, Homes for Rent America. There's like 4 or 5 massive publicly traded real estate companies that go around the country and buy single family homes and rent it out. So in the last financial disaster, when you have people going bankrupt, they were like losing their one home. And now you're going to be having companies coughing up, like Homes for Rent America. Like, let's look this up. How many homes does Homes for Rent America have? Where is this company? I think that's the name of it, Homes for Rent America stock. Oh, here we go. And then there's Invitation Homes. Homes for Rent America doing business as AMH, a real estate investment trust based in Las Vegas, Nevada. Invest in single-family rental homes as of December. The company owned 52,552 homes in 22 states. Its largest concentrations are in Atlanta, Dallas, Fort Worth, Charlotte, North Carolina. Okay. 52,000 homes. Okay. So in the last financial crisis, none of these companies existed. And people had extra cash for speculating on homes. Airbnb didn't really exist. And so what people were doing was, and I knew a guy, he was a little bit older than me, and he was doing this out in Redlands, which was a very hard-hit area. He was flipping the homes, and he was doing 2 or 3 at a time because you had to get the cash to buy the homes for the down payment, right? Obviously, they lowered the down payment, so this guy had a couple homes and it all went bust. But now you have Airbnb. So that same kind of guy now, he's flipping all these homes. Instead of selling them and making that one-time payday, they're Airbnb out, making this really good daily, weekly income. Then the home value is appreciating. They're going back to the bank, borrowing against that, extra equity they can show, and got 20, 30 homes now. And they're all Airbnbs, most of them, because that's where the most money is, and the Airbnb market's been super hot. And then along comes Homes for Rent, America, Invitation Homes, and these companies own 50,000 homes. So what's the next downturn in real estate going to look like when you have the Airbnb bros that got 20, 30 properties, and then all of a sudden the market crashes and no one's doing Airbnb? You instantly have no income. You instantly can't pay the mortgage on 30 properties. They are all cross-collateralized, and so the bank's going to have to come take them all. And the scale and leverage in the system is 10x at least what it was in the last system. So the downturn is going to be worse. Which means if the government wants to try to save the system again, then the bailouts are going to have to be bigger. But where is the political willpower going to be after we just bailed out all the same people and companies in 2009? Like, are we going to bail out everyone again? Essentially what's going to happen is the banks are just going to own everything in this country, because like all this real estate's freaking garbage, and the banks are just going to own all the real estate. And even if you own your house with no mortgage, like you still got the property taxes. They could just keep raising and raising until you can't afford, and property taxes are going to go up too. So taxes are like, they go one direction. That's why Bitcoin's going to be the best play here. Like real estate, it's honestly illiquid. And the numbers coming out of home sales, it's like for the last month, it was like the lowest in like 30 years. Like there was no movement. And the movement was down like 40%. It was insane. And you pair that with like, I don't know, 1 million people getting laid off like the last couple months. It's going to be crazy. Well, what you have is like, because I'm involved in real world businesses, and then you have like the stock market. And as the government has to lower rates and put more money, the stocks go up, and the real economy is going this way. Like we're in the packaging industry, and like the box factories that manufacture, which is also a side of the economy because you need to package goods, right? The volume's going down and down. They're closing this huge factory in LA right now, and it's causing all these problems because there's not enough demand, and it's screwing up our supply right now. But that's scary that this huge factory, this huge company, they're just not enough people are buying boxes and packaging stuff. That's real economy. And you want to know how the real economy is doing? Packaging. Everyone's got to ship stuff. So the real economy is going one way, and the virtual economy is going another way. And one day they will intercede, and we will get a massive disaster. But Trump's a big spender. Like, Trump's not going to let us have deflation and crash. Like, he's going to print money. He's going to bail out companies, blame other people. He's not going to be one to let this market, like, go free market. Let's see what. Also, like, food stamps, you look at like another 2 weeks, people not eating and having money for groceries, it could be pretty interesting. And the Dems could seize on some of this unrest that can happen. The government should have never got involved in student loans. Consumer credit jumps more than expected to. I mean, everyone's pretty much living on credit cards right now. I mean, the rich have never been doing better. If you own stocks and real estate, if you're a boomer, you're doing really well right now. Yeah, I'm like not trying to make any flight trips right now with this crazy security lines. Here, this is interesting. Trump files emergency appeal to block full release of SNAP funds. The Trump administration on Friday filed immediately blocked. Yeah, because if Trump, people are going to hit the streets if they start going hungry. It's going to not end pretty. Hold on. I want to find home sales. Existing home sales. I can't remember. Yeah, like we're in this lag time. Like home sales are way down, but the prices haven't fallen. It could take some time, who knows? But like realtors don't make any money unless they get transactions. So like I don't know how realtors are making any money right now. Let's see if there's anything on Drudge. Just whatever is on here, do the opposite. Consumer sentiment near lowest ever. Stocks worst November since 2008. But I've seen videos of like 4-hour lines at Houston, which is actually the airport I do most of my flying out of. So I'm just trying to avoid the airport at all costs right now till like after the holidays. 15,000 delays, Jesus. Fast food chain offering $1 meals to snappers in advance. Like here's another problem. I'm in California. They raised the minimum for fast food workers. Hold on. Let me go to ChatGPT. What's... Come on. What's fast food minimum wage California? I think it's like 20-something bucks. $20 an hour. California, the minimum wage for workers qualifying in fast food chains is $20 an hour. So like fast food, because someone was like, hey, fast food isn't even cheap. And you're right, they have to pay $20 an hour. I think the only place you can get a meal at for under $10 is In-N-Out. I don't know how they do it. What chain's offering $1? What can you get for $1? That's like, gotta be some gross, maybe like quesadilla. Come on. Computer's not working right now. This page froze. Come on. Get me back to Drudge. What else is in the news? Whoa. Turkey issues arrest warrant for Netanyahu over cause of genocide. Turkey's trying to be like, they're trying to come up right now and kind of be a superpower, but you know, at the end of the day, Israel's got a lot of nukes and they got none. Denmark set to ban social media for children under 15. Like, I would agree with that. I have like nephews and stuff, and it's just like social media is so toxic. And even as an adult, like you're watching it and you're like, oh, this guy's on a private jet. This guy just got a Lamborghini and everyone's making these content videos and you feel like crap and like you're not getting anywhere, and then you go online, it feels like everyone online's making it and being successful when like it's such a lot of it's BS. I just saw these videos like this famous influencer was like going to Aspen, but she went and bought all these clothes, made all the videos, and then returned all the clothes she had bought. Like, and like, dude, all these guys got like rented cars or just BS. Trust me. Don't even believe my videos. It is what it is. No higher job market, leaves unemployed in limbo. More middle-income Americans try to make a new life overseas. So this is going to be like a huge trend. Like if you're lower middle class and you're barely making it and you're like a single guy, get out of town. Get some balls. Go down to like Brazil. Go down to Paraguay. Go to Southeast Asia. Go to Vietnam. Like if you're a lower middle class guy here, like you can't afford a house. You're not getting a hot chick. Like you're going through the motions and you're too tired because you're working a million hours to work out. Go to like a Vietnam. Dude, have like a penthouse apartment. Have 2 girlfriends. And just be getting jacked all day and like work remote. Like if you couldn't make Wi-Fi money and make 80 grand, just go to like a Paraguay where you'll be like in the 1% there. People just haven't traveled enough. They like get stuck in their hometowns and also Americans are ignorant. They're like, oh, America's the best. Like America's a great country, but like if you look at every stat in America, crime, everything is getting worse and worse and worse. And like, you got to travel. Like all my friends, when I first went to Panama, oh, is it their third world country? I'm like, if Panama City were a city in the U.S., it would be like the 3rd largest skyline. Hold on, I could be making this up. Let's see. If Panama City was in the U.S., where would it rate on skyline? No, I want Panama City. Panama City, Panama. So the tallest building in Panama is the JW Marriott Panama. There's 66 buildings over 170 meters tall. If placed in the USA, where might it rank? New York, Chicago, Miami. It would be top 10. They say if it were a place in the US, it would be the 10th city with the highest skyline. So people got to get out and like travel. Like I didn't know that. I went there and there was all these like skyscrapers and it was like a nice city. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. So yeah, the whole travel and live abroad's going to explode with this inflation. People are just gonna live overseas and collect paychecks. California town becomes the first to ban tobacco. Headed for a recession. USB may be headed towards a recession. Oh, like this is crazy. I mean, how long? I mean, we've been in a bull market for like, it feels like forever. Let's ask ChatGPT. How long have we been in bull market in real estate. According to this, in the U.S. have been about 16 to 18 years. I don't know if this is right, but it's been like 10 or 12 years. It's been since the 2009 crash. And then I'm sure you guys saw, hold on, let's go to TikTok. Yeah, so Antonio Brown.
Former NFL star Antonio Brown is now in custody and being extradited to Miami. That's according to our news partners at the Miami Herald. Brown was reportedly arrested in Dubai in connection with the shooting that happened outside a South Florida boxing event earlier this year. In a social media post the day after the incident, Brown said he was, quote, jumped by multiple individuals who tried to steal his jewelry and cause physical harm to him. Video showed him appearing to pull the gun, and seconds later, gunshots were heard. A former NFL star Antonio Brown is.
Former NFL star Antonio Brown is facing attempted murder charges in connection with a shooting earlier this year in Miami. The former wide receiver was apprehended in Dubai and extradited back to the United States.
Police say the 37-year-old was taken into custody in Dubai and extradited to the U.S. He's being held in a New Jersey jail and will then be flown to Miami. Brown is accused of shooting at a man outside a celebrity boxing event in Miami in May.
Based on what our detectives saw, Brown was the aggressor. Brown was the one that shot. Brown is the one that's going to be arrested.
Police issued a warrant for Brown's arrest. They allege he shot twice at a man he'd fought with earlier and grazed his neck, but Brown never turned himself in. At this time, not less than a turn. Thursday night, Brown posted a part on social media, handed over the keys to the socials while I go through this fight for my innocence.
Former NFL star Antonio Brown is facing.
Wait. This is interesting because someone, okay, so I made some social media videos with Antonio Brown when I was in Dubai. And some of them went viral, and someone just messaged me from Antonio Brown's Instagram account asking for my personal number, which I gave. But I'm curious if he's in jail, and because if you watch this, it says someone handed over his to his socials, and I know one of his videographers. So I'm wondering if I don't know, maybe one of his kids or someone has it and they're running his socials for him while he's in jail, or he's out on bail and he's messaging me. Oh, I want to watch this again.
Former NFL star Antonio Brown is
Handed over the keys to the socials while I go through this fight.
I handed over the keys to my socials while I go through this fight for my innocent. Damn. So I wonder if that's someone from his team that reached out to me. Yeah, Antonio Brown, I mean, he's super famous. He's huge social media followings, but dude, if I had control of those accounts, I'd be doing work, and I'd be using the software to auto post and do all this stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if it's him, he's out, or it's someone from his team that messaged me from his account that wants me to help manage him. I would do it. For AB, he was very generous with his time with me, and if they need me to help run some of the social media, I'll definitely help out with that. I honestly think he's pretty innocent. Like, I saw the videos and I'm like, it was like he was getting jumped. He was defending himself. And especially in Florida, like, stand your ground. Ooh, where's this gym at? What gym is this? I might have to save this. People work out a lot in like Buenos Aires, like when I was there. Shooting. Let's look at the shooting video, if it's on here. Like, honestly, don't carry a gun. You're just going to find yourself in trouble. Like, what was the worst going to happen? Like, he got jumped and beat up, and he still was shamed at a huge event where all these people, those people would have just gone to jail, and he could have sued him for a bunch of money. Now, he's going to get sued for a bunch of money and go to jail. You know, he gets an overzealous prosecutor and a jury. I mean, it's a coin flip. And I just saw, like, another famous influencer, like Brez Scales, like, at a gas station doing some videos, and he's got a gun tucked into his waist, and I'm like, he's like a 21-year-old white guy. I'm like, why do you have a gun? And then, like, someone robs you and beats you up and you use it. Like, there's nothing to gain. Like, I'm a huge gun owner. Keep them at home for when you need it. Like, don't go out and be traveling or keep one in your car because you'll use it when you don't want to. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Is this another angle or? Oh, that's him getting arrested. I mean, the video. I thought I saw a video. Yeah, man. I don't know. I think he's innocent. Like, it looked like people came to get him. Kind of like, I don't know the details, but like, kind of what I heard is like, there were some guys partying with him in Dubai, and they were sharing a room or something, and the guy left his jewelry, and then someone, maybe in AB's entourage, like, took the jewelry, and then something like that happened, and there was beef going from that. I don't know the details, but, like, obviously there was something else going on. That guy knew he was showing up there and, like, try to jump this guy. I don't know. This is unfortunate, you know. And Antonio Brown's got a bunch of kids. Like, you know, it's not gonna be good putting this guy away in jail. And behind the scenes, man, like we did a full day live stream. Like, couldn't have been a nicer guy. Only wish him the best. I hope he gets this all cleared up and gets out and you know, gets back to work. All right, that's it today. I gotta get back to work. Thanks for coming.